Yo, are we reaching the end of the reality TV era? And find out why Rolling Stone, I mean, you probably already know, but why they have lost all credibility. All that and more on this weekly review. What up, y'all? Welcome back to this weekly review. It's your boy, Jesse Janity. It's been a day. Normally I say it's been a week, but it has been a day. So let me bring, you already know I got my besties. We got Courtney Stewart in the building. Oh, okay. What up,
Hello,
boo?
hello. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy Merry Christmas. Well, we already did the Christmas, so Happy New Year. And we got celebrity wealth expert Daryl Kristen in the building. What up, D?
What up? Happy New Year. Happy 2023.
Hey.
We made it. We made it.
Made it. That's right. We made it, and we are here. We have arrived. I got my drink in hand.
I got my water.
Yes, water. Are you doing a no drink?
Yeah, I always do dry January, but I will have 1 day hiatus, 24-hour period.
Okay, I'm mad at it.
That's for the Golden Globes.
Oh, that's the day to drink, right? All right, let's get into some things because I just binge watched all the Housewives this week, and I low key forgot we were getting Potomac because I thought there's no way they were gonna release it on New Year's Day, and they did. But we got a lot of stuff to talk. Most of our topics are Housewife topics, so we just gonna get into the general stuff. Really, the only thing that really moved me this week, actually a couple. I can't remember if Daryl sent this or Courtney sent it, but Chili from TLC is dating Matthew Lawrence. Shout out to that. I am excited for it. I'm here for it. And yeah.
Yes. Love in 2023. I want it for everyone.
I just thought it was extremely random, but maybe it isn't. I mean, listen, Chili, we haven't really heard a lot about her dating history since really Usher was the biggest one that we heard about, probably was in the news the most. And she's been low key since then with her information that she gives. But I thought it was kind of random. But hey, you know what? Find love where you can find it because it's hard enough to find it.
Amen. And not only that, she looks amazing. Like, it's like
wild.
Fantastic. Wild.
She
but
might be a vampire for real.
You said what?
She might be a vampire for real.
Literally. What's it called? Another thing that happened last week, I gave Bad Bunny MVP of the 2022, and then
turned it around.
He out here throwing fans' phones, and there were two different instances in the week, so he going through whatever he going through. Now, he came out to say, look, I just want respect. If I'm out, I respect people coming up to me, asking me for pictures, but when you got a phone in my face, I'm a little bothered by it. And I can understand that, but at the same time, like, watching the videos, like, bro, that was real aggressive. I don't know, and it's hard because it's like, but like at the same time, here's someone who probably has supported your entire career, and now what if you threw this phone? What if it broke? What if that person don't know how to get home now? Like, there's just so much that could happen with it. I don't know, but I get it. You know what I mean? But bro, you be running the streets like a little too much.
You could have made your point without throwing homegirl's phone in the ocean or whatever, the water.
Right. I forget who it was, but I can't remember if it was the Kardashians or someone, but their security guard now goes around and with a flashlight and just keeps flashing the light so paparazzi can't get the shot. I think that there's ways to go around it versus damaging people's property.
Yes.
That may not be able to just go get another phone for the heck of it. All right, but the main thing that got under my damn nerves this week was the role, I believe under everyone's nerves, and I low-key feel like they were trolling us, was Rolling Stone.
They did it on purpose.
I'm wondering, like, remember how I've been saying, like, I feel like negative publicity is the publicity right now. I mean, look, they released their top 200 singers, not performers, Not mu-
Vocalist.
not me.
Vocalist.
Well, they didn't. No. Well, wait. Before we
Well,
say
They
singer.
just that's what was crazy.
they dismissed the word vocalist when they found out people
did.
were mad. They said, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! We didn't say vocalist. We said singers." And I'm like, "What is a singer?"
Yeah, exactly.
Just change it to musical acts. That I'm cool with that. Or performances. I mean, I'm still gonna shade the ranking. Now, see, I didn't even honestly look at the list until researching for this, because when it first came out, I scrolled down. I was like, let me see. I saw number 200, Rosalia. That already, I was like, okay. All right. Hey, I like a couple of her songs, and maybe, sure, we're throwing breadcrumbs. We're at number 200. Like, I'm not going to, whatever.
Not gonna trip.
But when I got to 197, I was done. I was like, this is a joke. At 197, they had Kelly Clarkson. And, like, here's my thing. Because I looked at this like singers. Singers. Kelly Clarkson is an amazing singer. Not only that, she literally is the American Idol. And not just because she won the American Idol show. But when you really think about Kelly Clarkson, she is the girl next door. She literally lives the American dream. She applied for a show, became the winner of the show, successfully has had a career, is hosting, literally sings every day, can sing any song, any genre, and make it sound of her own. And y'all put her at 197 and then had the audacity to not even put Celine Dion on the list.
It makes no sense.
I
None
couldn't
of it makes
understand
sense.
that. I was like, how are you not gonna have Celine not have her in the top 10?
Not her. She should be in the top 10. How is Patti LaBelle 95, but Beyonce is number like 4?
If you really want me to go there, how's Kelly Price not on there either? Kelly Price should have been above certain people that was in the top 10. I'm just saying.
Yeah, the list was, that's what I'm saying. I really feel like, because then when they got the backlash, they tried to update the list.
What changed? I didn't see a change.
That's the thing. I didn't see the changes, but they said that they have an updated list. Now, the last time they did this was in 2008, and some people didn't make the cut again, but like people very like, okay, as they shouldn't.
Do we know was Celine on 2008's list?
Ooh, that's a good one. Hold on, let me see that.
Because
Celine Dion 2008 Rolling Stone.
we're tripping.
Singer.
I mean, the top a little confusing. She didn't make it in 2008 either.
Mm-mm.
Somebody at Rolling Stone has something against Celine Dion.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, I've never subscribed to Rolling Stone, but like I always put that magazine in an iconic place in pop culture. And like, there were certain covers where I looked at it like, y'all tried it with that, but it's like, whatever, they're pushing the boundaries. This was just like, I'm all set, you guys. Thank you very much. I'm going to have to pass. And now you need to fire your entire staff and get people that actually know music. And MTV should take a note of that too. Although,
here's my thing, though, is this, like, I want to know how this is created. Like, is there a poll? I didn't get anything in my email about, my suggestion on the top singers of all time. Like, who's collecting this information and making the decision?
look, I don't know, because there's another list that just before the show I found out just by scrolling, and I was like, oh, I didn't see this list. But Forbes released a list of the most controversial people in the world of 2022. Y'all.
Okay.
You ready for this list?
I'm ready. I want to know.
We're going to start with number 10. We're going to go backwards.
Okay.
Beyonce.
Controversial?
I'm so sick of people saying she's overrated. I'm just like, stop it. Stop. Like, the fact that we're sitting here saying people are saying she's overrated. Please, what do you do in your life? Like, To be honest, low-key, one of the greatest performers of all time, if not the greatest. Low-key. And controversial. What does she do? What has Beyonce said that was controversial? Like, Lemonade? Like, was that controversial? Like...
How many years ago was that? That's probably been her most controversial thing.
So, in my mind, I'm like, is she controversial because she released Renaissance and didn't put out visuals, and now people are like, oh.
She's controversial because she released Renaissance, and everybody who knows anything was playing it and excited about it, and everybody else is mad. That's her controversy.
Fair enough. Well, actually, it's funny because I'm starting to see fans, and let me know, guys, in the comments if you feel this way, if you've seen this. But I've seen a lot of Beyonce fans kind of talking negatively because they're actually kind of funny because last week, Courtney, when you said, "Oh, do you think this is Beyonce's like moment where we're all going to be like, oh, girl," I do not think this is that era for Beyonce. But a lot of people are saying that they think that this album is not well thought out. The rollout is horrible, and that she's actually like busy working on the project, and that's why we haven't gotten visuals. And I have to disagree with that. Beyonce literally said when she released this, we're going to let the music sit for a while. Mm-hmm. And I also feel like there's a reason why Beyonce's quiet. There's a reason why Nicki Minaj is quiet. And I feel like now, because of the baby, we saw Rihanna and the Wakanda film, but Rihanna going to be quiet till the Super Bowl. And I feel like we talked about 2022 being Y2K. I feel like 2023, Nicki Minaj, Beyonce, and Rihanna are going to, like, break our souls. I really feel like...
I also feel that Beyonce is a little quiet, too, because I feel like she's going to put a lot of this stuff into her tour. I feel like a lot of things that people are the criticism of not seeing a lot of artwork, of not seeing a lot of things, not seeing a lot of videos, not all that stuff that she normally would do. I feel like we're going to get all of that in her tour this year.
I can see that. And again, I agree. Like I said last week, I think Beyonce is going to gag us. Like, the past 3 albums weren't normal rollouts. Nope. She literally just dropped an album. Then the other one, we had a date, but we had no idea what we were going to watch. And then it premiered on HBO. Like, and then we had this. So it's in theme. Just sit your ass down and wait. And people are saying, oh, she's just doing a money grab because she's making us pay all this money for expensive merch, and she's not dropping that. You chose to purchase that.
I'm a fan, but I did not buy it.
No, I'll purchase it when I'm at the concert.
Exactly.
Yeah, y'all not gonna make me buy a box, and I'm not gonna see what I'm purchasing. What the is that? The only time I'm doing that is if I'm walking through Walmart and some guy comes up to me and says, "Hey, do you want to buy a mystery box for $1?" Yes, because I've seen the YouTube videos. I'm down. All right. Shout out to Chad Peters in the chat. He said she didn't need to put out videos or anything else. The music is actually that fierce and good. Jesse, the cut is popping. Yes, thank you. And hi, Courtney, gorgeous lady. Happy New Year to y'all. Agreed. I think what Beyonce is doing is, I believe right now we're in this era of short videos, short content. We need the next song. We need this. If Beyonce released this album almost 6 months ago. If she put out 2 to 3 visuals, we're done with the album already by now. We want the next one. But now she drops one visual. It's like she re-releasing Renaissance again. So I think she's smart. I think she has something up her sleeve. I'm here for it. Boom. All right, that's number 10 was Beyonce. Most controversial people of 2022. Y'all ready? Number 9 is some wrestler. Number 8, I don't know who he is. Number 7 is another wrestler. There are 3 WWE wrestlers on this list. And number 7 is The Undertaker. Number 6 is Britney Spears. Fair enough.
Oh, poor thing.
But why is Britney Spears at number 6 and then Adolf Hitler at number 5?
I don't gotta... Wait, what?
What?
Wait.
Why are Britney and Beyonce on any list with Adolf Hitler?
This is what I'm saying. Like, most controversial people, like, I think we need to separate these things. Like, Britney Spears is controversial because she was abused. Adolf Hitler is controversial because he abused. So I think that, again, Forbes, get it the fuck together, because this is wild. I don't understand why, again, Beyonce's on here. Yes, Britney's controversial, but then to put her here with Adolf. But guess who number 4 is? Barack Obama.
Oh, no, they did not. No, they did not.
Girl, and guess who's right in front of Barack? The Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Not Jesus.
Not
no,
the
they didn't put Jesus on
Not
the
y'all
list.
put Jesus on the list now.
Not y'all. The blasphemy.
The blasphemy of it all. What in the world? Not, oh, Jesus.
And then at number 2, Michael Jackson. Let the man.
I'm done.
2022? I mean.
Yeah, but this is my question to you guys. Have we heard any, I mean, and maybe I'm just not, again, COVID haze. Was there any conversation of Michael Jackson this year with anything?
Not that I'm aware
The
of.
only thing I'm aware of is I watched, what's Michael Jackson's son's name?
Which one?
Prince.
Blanket or Prince?
Prince. Every year, Michael Jackson, they do the Thriller Halloween thing. And I came across that YouTube video this year, and I was like, oh, this looks like a cool event. And so that to me is the only Michael Jackson news.
There were two.
What was the
Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and Kathy Hilton's bringing up of Michael Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
And music. And then didn't the guy that's on Broadway playing Michael Jackson win the Tony this year?
But what is controversial about that?
I mean, it's controversial because there's people that think that we should be burying Michael Jackson's music and everything we ever knew of him. So it's not controversial to me because I don't believe that. But I know some people felt a ways about it because I'm pretty sure he won the Tony this year.
Which, again, is why I can understand Rolling Stone not putting Steven Tyler on the list, because he was on the original list and then now he's not on this list, which I was like, that's weird. But then I thought about them little allegations people are saying that he was out here drugging them girls and doing the things. And then number 1, also confusing because, I feel like this year I've been the most heaviest into researching politics and things like that. And I'm just like, George W. Bush? I mean, I can understand your feelings towards him years ago when he was president and maybe the following few things. But then, what did he do this year that we're putting him number one? Kanye's not on here? I'm just like... You said what, D?
This list is specifically for 2022 or of all time?
No, 2022. Number 16 was Elvis Presley. 15 was Vijay. 14 was Mariah Carey. And 13 was John Cena. 12 was Eminem. And then 11 is Muhammad. Which I'm like, Muhammad who?
As in Muhammad the prophet?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe. Oh, is he from Saudi Arabia? Because I hear Muhammad, I think Muhammad Ali, and I'm like, what? So I don't know. I just think these lists are like, who's writing them? Are we using AI to write these? Because I see all this whole sign up for AI to write your schoolwork, to do whatever you need. You want to write jokes? Just ask your AI to do it. It's like plagiarism. So I'm like, are they writing these articles? Because I'm confused.
Oh, no. Oh, we got Jade in the chat reminding us that Chris Brown was supposed to perform because it was the 30th anniversary of Thriller, and that got canceled.
Yeah, shout out to Jade. Well, but the thing was that got canceled because of Michael Jackson's camp didn't want him to do that. But also shady of the American Music Awards to not let Chris know that. And I would love to see Chris do that performance. And he has a really big backyard, and he'd be doing performances, shooting music videos there. Bro, just do it there. Just
show it to us. The Sierra, they need to record that and just give it to us as a video.
Yes, and actually low key, I don't know if you guys remember this, but I've been watching it a few times recently, and I'm like, Sierra really gave us that. I don't know if you remember, which at the time I was upset she was on the VH1 Divas thing, but they did like a Divas in 2001 or 2003, I think, and Sierra was on it. Or maybe it was not. It was 2008 or 12, and Sierra was on it, and she did the tribute to Michael Jackson. And I was like, I miss that Sierra. Like, I genuinely, like, she was ahead of her time. I would say that.
I mean, she was great when she was great. She was great.
She was.
At a moment, she gave us a moment. I mean, what did you think of her performance for the New Year's?
To be honest, you guys, I had a chill New Year's this year with my family, and we bounced between the Andy show, the Ryan Seacrest, and the Miley Cyrus thing. I thought this was the worst New Year's like performances. Everyone just felt off. Nothing felt epic to me. Like nothing. I don't know. It's just everything about all the New Year's performances. Just I don't know.
Yeah, but
like maybe
I think that 2022 honestly was not an epic year. You know what I mean? I think that we're still recovering and coming back from COVID. And there, we had some ups and a couple highlights, but it wasn't an exciting year overall. So I feel like it kind of ended the way it started.
Agreed. And that's where I feel like it's like this is where I need the mega stars to really come out and shine. It's like this is the moment, this is the time. Teach these girls, these boys what they need to be doing. I also feel like it's like I get wanting to appeal to Gen Z. But at the same time, is Gen Z sitting at home watching this? Or are they out having fun and partying? Like, I'm just like, who are these people? You said what?
Gen Z was in the streets.
Exactly. That's what I'm like. None of this made sense. Now, the Miley Cyrus thing, I got to say, Miley Cyrus looks really good. And low-key, I'm kind of interested to hear this new album, because I do feel like she did some soul searching and is piecing herself to be,
because she's been quiet for a minute and she looks like a whole new face and a whole new person. So
well, they already on the clones talking about how Dolly Parton, they took DNA. Remember, and you know what though, y'all? They just be tripping me out on TikTok. They have this whole theory, the womb factory, the AI womb factory we talked about. So they're saying they're introducing the idea to us because they've been doing this. And so the new rumor is that Miley is DNA from Dolly Parton and Miley's actual dad, and she was created, and she is actually a clone version of Dolly Parton. And they were saying Paris Hilton too, and they were like trying. It's just wild.
I'm just too much time on my hands.
Daryl, it's like wild. But the fact that I'm like, go outside, people, because the fact that we're creating like think tanks about this with hundreds of thousands of people commenting, like believing it. It's bizarre. It's scary. It's not even bizarre. It's horrifying because it's like, shout out to Josh. Shout out, and what's Chad talking about? Chow, who made this list? Somebody who lives underground who found old people magazines in the trash. Oh,
not old people magazines.
The old people.
I mean, literally, it just looked like they were like, we need to put a list together, and they just closed their eyes and picked some names.
I'm sorry, but what outlet was this on?
That was Forbes.
That was Forbes. Okay, Forbes. Somebody needs to have a conversation with y'all, because anybody on the list with Adolf Hitler is bogus. Like, somebody should have checked whoever made the list and be like, bro, we're not printing that. That's trash. Like, no.
Right.
How dare you?
Like, there's so many other people. Like, we got Ben Shapiro's out here. We got the Klaus Schwab guy that wants to fucking kill everybody by 2050. Like,
how is Elon Musk not on that list?
Yeah.
As a top 5.
I mean, beyond that, the fact Kanye wasn't on there just is like...
Yeah, I mean, trade out Adolf. Like, Adolf is in a league of his own, okay? We could have put trade out Adolf, trade out Jesus. Let's leave the biblical times alone and talk about people on the earth right now.
Right. It's ridiculous. But all right, let's get into some celebrity wealth with our celebrity wealth expert, Daryl Kristen. What you got for us today?
All right. Well, one of my favorite people was in the news this week. Our girl.
I was not. Oh.
Well, okay.
Was it me? What?
I mean, Cardi B is a close, third after you two. All right.
Fair enough.
So Cardi B was in the news this week. I love her. She's, as we know, she's very outspoken, and when she believes in something, she definitely lets you know all about it. But she went to her social media this week, specifically Twitter, to talk about what we all have been talking about, these inflation costs. I mean, as you know, you can't walk into a grocery store without noticing a shift in prices with things. I mean, I went to buy some turkey meat the other day that normally was $3 and now it's $7. So this inflation stuff is really real with the way the food prices have been increasing. Cardi B has also noticed it, even though she's worth she's worth $40 million right now, but she still has time to notice what is exactly going on at her local grocery store. So apparently, she's been getting some input from people. They've been talking to her. They've been hitting her up on social media. The conversation has been going up around how inflation has been affecting a lot of things. And Cardi went to the grocery store and found out that lettuce, for example, she was mentioning on her social media, had gone from $2 to $7. And she was not here for it. So she talked about how on her social media, she wanted the higher ups, the corporations, all the people who were the decision makers to notice this and to make some adjustments. And because she said, basically people right now are, obviously we're all kind of in this weird vortex of like, what's going on with what's going to be going on with the economy, what's going to be going on with inflation, and everything is increasing. And it's this weird kind of space that we're all in. But Cardi said she wanted to go to her social media to let her people know that it doesn't matter how much money she's making. She wants to make sure that her people are taken care of. So, this has been like a really big thing, and people have been talking about this, and she's been talking about this a lot, about how inflation is affecting so many components of our lives right now. So Cardi basically said she had a piece of advice for anybody who was kind of struggling with this whole inflation thing, and her advice was budget or you'll go broke. So I feel her. So what do you guys think about Cardi and her statement and going to her social media to talk about this inflation prices that we all are kind of suffering from?
I mean, I love to see that she is still grounded in reality financially, even though she is currently rich. Because Lord knows I did my budget at the top of the year like I always do. And then I went to the grocery store on Monday and I said, Lord, how? It's almost like the prices like all went up again on January 1st because
Absolutely.
it was $10. Like I was excited. I was like, I'm gonna get some sausage. I haven't had patty sausage in a really long time, and I just wanted one breakfast with some patty sausage. I was getting turkey patty sausage that's normally like $3.50, maybe $3.99 on a wealthier grocery store. That ish was $7.89, $7.99. I was like, what happened? What happened?
That's why you gotta just
and I know
stick to the Jimmy Dean.
Extra bad. That's who it was. Jesse is Jimmy Dean.
Not Jimmy Dean. What's the other one that? Because it's only two, or maybe it's because I'm on the East Coast right now.
Well, there's Jimmy Dean. There's also what's the other major one? I can't think about it right now.
But that one's only $2.99 still, and I was shook. But maybe it's just because I'm on the East Coast that price is that one. That's the only one we get now. It's not Jimmy Dean. You're 1,000,000% right. That one is like over here. It's like $4. I can't remember. It's in a white box, and it has like it almost sounds like Jimmy Dean. I used to get them in LA, and they were more expensive in LA. But here they're only like $2.99. I was like, oh, okay, sausage it up.
Either way, it was like a temporary fix that I just wanted. And I was like, oh, it's going to be like $4. No, it was almost $8. Prices have doubled. That's insanity.
Yeah, I mean, watching on TikTok, and I kind of brought it up before Christmas. I think when I told you I saw Valentine's Day stuff in the store. And a lot of people were, or actually, no, I was telling you I was shopping for my nephew, and I was shocked. I felt like, why the fuck is everything in Walmart so expensive? I go to Walmart all the time, but then it was like a week or two right before Christmas, and it was just like everything just felt crazy high. And on TikTok, people were lifting the pricing in Walmart because this woman was like, I was just in here about to buy this, and then I was like, oh, I'll get it in a week or something. She went back, and they had doubled the price. And then I guess they took those tags back off when they were getting called out or whatever. But another thing with the food markets is the prices are going up, and they said that what they were going to do is actually change the amount of food you get instead of raising the pricing. But I feel like they lowered the amount you get and raised the price. And I just feel like they keep trying to get, I don't know who they are, to be quite honest. It's a lot of people to be involved.
Who
That's a
are
lot of
they?
It's just so many people that are involved, because it's just like, you're doing this on purpose. You're trying to stress people out. You're trying to keep us in this haze. There's all this conversation. We're giving so much money to all these other countries, which fine, help out if we want, but help us. Stop killing it. You just gave it. What was the point of giving us any sort of money in these last few years when you took it back double? You are literally playing a credit card right now as our government. And
Well,
Well, I
talk
mean,
about the mention.
technically, we just got the government issued gas cards, so they're
who
it's
got
interesting
that?
where they,
Who got that?
In California, that's the California state. That's the state government.
Oh,
the state
okay.
government, yeah, state government.
So how does that
But it's
work?
very interesting. What?
How much do you guys get?
It depends on your income bracket, but most people are averaging around 250 to 350.
A month? Oh, that's cute.
No,
No,
not a month.
it's a
One time.
one-time thing.
Oh,
One time.
busy
It's
bit.
like, for this whole year of $7 gas prices, here's $200.
Here's $200, which you spent in a week when you filled up your car that one time.
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't by the grace of God, and that's what made me my car paid off. I'm like, I ain't even gonna do nothing with it, because $30, it's fine, and it drives. You hit that eco button, and we good. So, but yeah, I don't know that.
Just keep it.
That Cali pricing is scary. And then another thing with the pricing, check this, more so with girls, but this girl, she was in Sephora, and she gets this one product all the time, and she took it back to the house and she opened it. And when she opened it, the product wasn't in a bottle. It was actually in a plastic bag that was placed in the bottle. So it looked like you were getting the full amount, but you really were just getting product in this bag that was inside the bottle. And she was like, how is this 3 ounces if it's not fully 3 ounces? And so she
Right.
called them, and they really had this whole conversation with her, talking to her about how the bag keeps it actually works better, because the bag keeps the product fresher within the glass, and that way you're getting a better product now. All of a sudden, all these high prices and lowering the ounces on things, and then all of a sudden now you're caring about me. Girl, bye.
The struggle is real, and the pink tax is also real. And
Real.
I'm gonna be sitting here for a minute with some dry hair, because my favorite oil that I could get in my 6-ounce bottle went from $60 to $89. And I'm
Ooh.
like, for some hair oil,
It's
it ain't
I feel
happening.
you on that. I mean, it's hitting us all. I mean, they keep talking about that they're going to control the inflation, but I haven't seen that part yet, because we're starting off hot at the top of the year. But what I will say is, I do appreciate the fact that on the level that Cardi's at, she's obviously obtained a lot of success. She's estimated to be worth, from CNN, around $40 million. But yes, she still takes time for her community, for her people, the places that she doesn't forget where she grew up. She wants to make awareness for people to help everybody out still. So I do appreciate the fact that she is using her social media platform to obtain this thing. And this isn't the first time that she has gone to her social media. This is the first time she's gone to her social media to discuss things that she feels aren't right or have not been right for her community. I mean, she had went to her social media a couple years ago, or a year ago, in reference to the lack of housing inventory that was out there. So she felt like the rich were able to select where they wanted to live, but the people who were low income or weren't making a certain amount of income weren't able to have the same inventory or to find housing like others could. And she didn't think that was fair. So I do give a shout out to Cardi B for her sense to still want to help out her community and not forget where she came from, because a lot of people do.
Agreed. I definitely Shout out to Cardi for that. I think that, and it makes me think why I think this really hits her is because I think she does keep a lot of the people that she grew up with and her real friends around. And, when you get money, sometimes people are hitting you up all the time and you want to help them. But then it's like, girl, didn't I just give you something last week? She's like, girl, the bread was $7. She like, $7? Like, and so I can see a lot of like the back and forth happening. And, she loves her family. She loves her friends. So she's seeing this or hearing this. It's like, what the fuck? My families are starving. Like, so I can imagine that. My thing is with Cardi, it's so interesting to me that she hasn't been given a show. The fact that, like, I feel like Carisha Please should be something that we should have placed, like, Cardi should have moved from music into not on Revolt TV, I think on an actual network, like an MTV, VH1 kind of a thing, like a big network, and give her a talk show. Because I think we love her personality. She's someone who can do the fun Carisha Please stuff, but then also can hit these kind of topics, and it makes sense. It's like, that's what I feel most people genuinely love about her is her authenticity, her conversations, the way she looks at life, more so than singing. So I would like someone to acknowledge that with the work that she does do. I didn't care for her going and interviewing President Biden, but I mean, hey.
You didn't love that interview?
No, and it's not her at all. It's more the fact that, like, I don't like when political leaders won't sit with people who will actually ask them intense questions. And they just pick, like, little baby to sit with Kamala Harris. Like, what? Stop it. But yeah, I want that for Cardi B. That's what I want for her. But shout out to her for this. I appreciate it.
I do.
Yes,
but all of this is also why the Mega Millions is at $1 billion again. Everybody's desperate buying tickets.
Yeah. Also, the girl that
I was in 7-Eleven today, and there was like 5 people in line in front of me that were all buying tickets. I said, I need to jump on this bandwagon.
No, you don't. That's the trick of it all. But like, my thing is, I don't know if you guys saw the countdown. The girl that won the Mega Million or whatever won the Powerball
for New Year's.
I would never want to be on national television, the one channel everyone's watching, and you like, hey.
Oh, no. When I win, y'all, I'm going to be in a mask. Ain't nobody going to know it's me. Ain't nobody going to know.
Only reason you're going to know that I won is that you're going to be like, why has Daryl been in Europe and Greece for 6 months? Where did I check out from?
I didn't know that I was in Europe and Greece. I ain't posting nothing. Yeah. Nobody what is going on?
Like, no one gonna know where I am. Certain people just gonna receive a little mail checked, and they're gonna be like, "Oh,
exactly.
What is this? Not just you fell into some money." I'll be like, "Yeah, girl, I fell into it. My aunt died. Sorry."
Right. Exactly.
You got anything else for us, D?
I know that's it. I think Cardi B, she set the tone for the week. I'm trying to get to my $40 million like Cardi B. You know what I mean? Her celebrity wealth game is real. So I saw her actually in Miami last month, and she looks good. She looked. The body was snatched. She's definitely killing it right now. So I appreciate her again. I appreciate Cardi B went to her social media because she stands up for where she stands up, and she don't let her people down.
Amen. Shout out to Cardi B. And D, where can everyone follow you and keep in contact?
You can follow me on all my social media at Derrial, DERRIAL, Kristen, CHRISTON. You can catch me and Courtney. You'll see us hopefully doing some little red carpet stuff for the Golden Globe Awards on Tuesday night. So you also catch me on my show on CBS, Destination LA, if you are in Southern California. Otherwise, you can go to CBS.com and to Destination Channel and check out all the episodes. But follow me on my social. I keep all my updates and put clips up there.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week, bro.
Peace, y'all.
Bye.
Peace, bro.
All right, y'all. Let's get into Housewives because I'm really
Salt Lake. I just might have to boycott, but go on.
I'm just questioning if we are, coming to the end of what we know as reality TV. And why I say that is I feel like the Housewives series, more so, I'm just observing that, I feel like they have added so much outside storyline and so much outside like stuff that when we're watching the show, it's throwing the viewer for a loop and sometimes the cast for a loop. And I don't know, it's personally starting to like not really be fun. Like, I'm sick of the gaslighting. I feel like one episode I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be great. And then the next episode's like, what?
For real.
Did you guys really try to use abuse as like a storyline?
Exactly.
That's wild. Are we really here right now? Okay, Love and Hip Hop. We've really moved.
This is where we are.
Josh says, which one? Real Housewives of Beverly Hills or Salt Lake City? Child, we gonna get into it. And then he says, Housewives has ran its course. It's been 15 years. And unfortunately, I low-key am feeling it. And maybe it's me getting older. Maybe. But no. I don't think it's that. I really think it's that these producers think we need these super intense storylines that just are like, I don't know. But let's
break up people's families and marriages. It's like when people back in the day, we loved Housewives because if a marriage and stuff broke up and didn't work, it was because it didn't work and broke, not because people were like picking up chess pieces to like play a game on a cast with other people's families in their real lives. Like, it's just bizarre.
Yep, and let's get right on into it. Because I think this is all stemming, for me personally, watching Potomac, Salt Lake, being excited for those series, and then having Real Housewives of Miami come in with no expectations and low-key making me feel like I'm watching good reality TV again.
Yes.
Jade says, goodbye, Lisa Rinna.
Yup, she done got the boot, honey.
She's saying she's leaving the cast, which I feel is she got kicked out.
No.
And
got put on pause.
Oh, right. She can go in the Berkshires with Dorinda. Everyone is excited for it, right? There, a lot of people are I feel like it's like 60-40. Most people are excited she's leaving. But I'm low-key scared because now I'm like, you built her up to be the wicked, witch from Snow White. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Like, and then now we just gonna kick her off. Like, see, this is the problem. We have an authentic issue. She lied. She built a story up, right? And didn't give us all the details. So now she's in a really awkward place. Great. Now let's bring in the people who she's had issues with in the past. This is the television we want. Get Lisa, what's her name, Vanderpump back on the show. Get Camille Grammer. Get these other women on here and allow those relationships to be aired out. That's genuine TV. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Lisa getting off of Beverly Hills because I'm just like, now what? What? Are we going to get like who broke your arm? Oh, Kyle, who broke your arm? And she's like, I can't tell anyone.
Everybody knows because everybody knows.
Chad says, I'm tired of seeing grown women have these made-up fights with hair systems and full lashes 24/7. The appropriation of black gay culture in all shows, including ones with white ladies.
Come on with the hair systems.
Josh says the show is going to be terrible. Yeah, I mean, honestly, going to Chad's thing, I think we talked about this a few weeks back to where what feels authentic about Miami is that it doesn't feel like anyone, and honestly, Real Housewives of Potomac didn't feel like this at first.
No.
It didn't feel like everyone was on the show trying to play a character. It feels right now like Ashley Darby is trying to figure out what character she wants to play.
Ooh.
Versus like a Candace on Potomac, I feel like is naturally finding her personality. She's not maliciously, or if she does say something, it's like in a normal reality TV kind of catty way, right? I don't know. But before we get into that, let's do some other stuff. Lisa from Real Housewives of Miami has a new boyfriend.
Yes,
and he looked fine. Okay.
Okay, he is beautiful.
Now, all this to say, I wholeheartedly believe that I have a theory. My theory is, and I think I have mentioned this in the past, but never really got into it. I feel like Lisa and Larsa a little bit staged this season. And why I say that is, we'll talk. Well, actually, I'm just going to say that, and then we'll talk about it when we talk about Miami. I have a feeling and especially based off the comment with Larry denying everything, I'm like, sir, sit down.
Who is Larry?
Larry. Might as well be a Larry.
I know a lot of tribes are Marys, so I feel like it fits perfectly.
Speaking of affairs, there's rumor that Jen Shah had an affair, which breaks my heart because...
No, it doesn't break my heart because after what we learned about Coach Shah this week, no.
Wait, did I miss what happened? What?
You see, it was like floating around that there was it was a text message or phone calls, I don't remember, but basically that Jen was telling Stuart, like basically coaching him on how to deal with complaints, I guess, or whatever, and exactly what to say. And in the coaching of it, she said that Sharif would help them basically formulate the language properly so that it was legal.
Interesting.
So everybody's like, oh my God, he did know something. And I'm like, duh, told y'all. He's not a dummy, just out spending money.
Yeah, and again, we're going to get into that too. But tomorrow, the important part is tomorrow she goes to get her sentencing.
What's your guess? What's your guess? How long?
Well, I really had to look at everything, right? So listen to this. Jen faces a maximum penalty of 30 years in prison and 5 years of supervised release during her sentencing, which starts tomorrow. However, her plea deal calls for 11 to 14 years and restitution of up to $9.5 million. Her legal team is asking just for a 3-year sentence, which is below the 6-year prison sentence recommended by the probation department. So that's what they're asking for, I guess, 6 years, the probation department. And then, but Jen says she will agree not to file an appeal if her sentence is less than 14 months, which I'm like, girl, bye. I think I would be shocked if Jen got 14 months. There were victims here. But here's the thing, though. I kind of knew about the case, but then as I really deep dived into it, horrible. And she needs to go to jail for this. But it made me think, I'm like, there are so many people that need to go to jail for this. There are so many companies that need to go to jail. Google your name. All your information's there. Anytime you sign up for a little email, anytime you do these things, and you just click terms, you're like, I'm not going to read all that. What they're doing is they're selling your information. That's why, sign up for the free course. Yeah, you're signing up for the free course, and then you're giving all of your fucking information. Everything you've searched on Google, everything that every email you got, your phone number, your address, anything. And they sell it to creditors. They sell it to marketing companies. What? Wild. And my thing is Jen, let's just get into Salt Lake because she's really trying to put this on Stuart. But we'll see. So we get to this table, y'all, and we're back here. And Heather, we're back with the black eye. That is exhausting, Heather. And, Courtney was rooting for you.
I was rooting for you, girl. And now you are garbage to me.
Trash.
Especially after this episode.
Do you feel like her being at the table where she kept looking at Jen? Well, you have theories, Jen. Why don't you tell the girls your theories? What? Or when she was, when Jen was in the thing and she said, if you want everyone to shut up, why don't you tell them about the black eye? And then don't say how it happened because, everyone's already guessing it. But, let's keep everyone on their toes. Snitches get stitches. You're toxic. Like, you're toxic. To even say that to... You want to protect her? I don't think you want to protect her. So my question to you actually more so is, do you feel like she's doing that because she knows Jen like begged her not to say anything and she wants Jen to just say it? And hey, it wasn't a big deal. We're over it, but it happened. Do you feel like it's something like that she keeps inching Jen?
Honestly, I have sat and I have actually thought about this more than I should and more than Christ Lord Jesus would want me to, because he definitely put me on this earth for better things in my life. And there's no reasoning that Heather can give that will make me give even the slightest fuck anymore and not want to punch her in her other eye.
Oh.
Because she literally, from Jump Street, if she was protecting Jen, then it should have just been like, it was an accident, we were dicking around, and
Period.
Oh my God, she got an eye, and then we're done. Whatever this dramatic improv is, I don't understand. I don't get it. It sounds like bullshit just for TV to make you, but also to make you look stupid, because Heather, you look like a crazy person, and I don't get it. And I hate it, and I want it off the television right now. Bring me Mary Cosby back, sitting in her weird closet with all of her weird, just shading people. That's the kind of reality housewives life I want to live. This mess with Jen and Heather, like I didn't sign up for this.
No,
I did not.
we
Not
get
with the Mormons in Utah. I did not.
No, girl, write your book. Like, I can't. We got Dana talking about, I just want to be honest with you, Jen. Why?
Ugh.
Why do you want to be honest with her? Like, at the end of the day, actually, you probably are the smartest one out of all the girls. So,
maybe.
Because you're acknowledging that, hey, this girl seems like a fucking wackadoodle. Okay. So you're going to try and reason with the wackadoodle. And then not only that, everything's calm right now. We're trying to figure out where the black eye came from. But you want to tell Jen, you think now's the time to tell Jen a half-assed story. Hey, I want to tell you about, I can't tell you all of it. I can't tell you who, but someone told me that everything about you is true. What? Why would you choose right now? The reason I've been weird is because, and let me tell you though, and I said this to you on Instagram, you guys, I really want jail to be a peaceful experience for Jen. I really, truly, in this episode, we saw her with her therapist crying, saying, I just want to do right by my children. Did I do something?
Okay.
Girl, talking about, did I do something wrong? Yes.
Yes. Oh,
you embarrassed your children.
You've made it impossible for your children to live a normal life.
Because are they going to tell you that? Maybe not. Probably not, because they love you. And the family you seem to have is very family oriented, and it doesn't seem like your children would vocally come out and say that to you. Possibly because they may even be scared of you. But again, I want jail to be a peaceful time for her to reflect and say, holy shit, like I had so much going for me. Why was I hurting people? Like, what if someone did that to your family member? Right?
She doesn't care.
I know. And so in my mind of her going to jail and coming out like this, I've grown. I want that. But at the end of the day, all I can see is orange is the new black. And all I can see is Jen getting another 10 years in there because she shanked somebody. Because she hit someone with a fucking... I mean, they don't even got real forks now. They're paper forks now. So, but I just can see this going like...
Or she has another scam going on to keep her family okay while she's in jail. Like, and then that gets busted because she is like a lifetime level scammer.
Yeah.
People are making like, oh, this wasn't like an accident. Oopsies, we ran out of money. I needed to do something, and this was quick. And this was a repetitive thing that happened for a long period of time that she actually got called on before she decided to go on national television. And it didn't go, whatever, the first case got dropped. I don't remember what happened, but she was investigated before and it didn't
Well, yeah,
come
now
to
she's
anything.
trying to do an appeal. She's thinking about doing an appeal. Like, girl,
Like,
what are you
stop
appealing?
She's gonna go on tour when it's over and be like, I'm innocent. I didn't do anything. I'm done. She's the worst.
You know,
Oh, did I hurt my kids? Of course you hurt your kids. You were a scammer, and then you decided not only to be a scammer, but then to put it on national television.
so you could hurt your children
Even
more.
more.
Like, do I think you maliciously intended to hurt your children? No, you maliciously intended to hurt others.
Other people, yeah.
You know, but the thing
sure.
is, she doesn't think like that because literally she's my ex. Literally, these people, like, when someone's on that level of a scam artist, there's no saving them. I thought I was going to save him. I thought he was going to stop all this stuff. They never stop. They never stop. Just found out, still going on, still going strong. Well, all right.
What about this one possibility?
What? Girl, what?
I know I'm coming hard for her, but here's one possibility.
Okay.
What if she did come to the Housewives, knowing obviously she had this, baggage with her, but Housewives was going to be her way out of the hood of scamming. So like that would grow her as a personality. It would be like eventually the level of money she wanted to exist in, and she could stop scamming people, but she got caught.
Well, then my thing I would say to her is the same thing I said to my ex. When it comes to morals and values, right? We talk about character, reputation. When it comes to moral and values, there are certain things, like, yeah, there are like we talk about OnlyFans, all this stuff. There are so many avenues to make quick, easy money. And in that case, there's nothing wrong. If you choose to do that and you're comfortable with that, do it. For some people, that's not an easy route to take, right? So you choose not to do it, because also if I did something like that and my family saw it, I know how it would affect other people. I think about those kind of things, right? And something that I said to my ex, I'm like, imagine your mom's older. Like, imagine if this was your mom, someone doing this to your mom. You know, it's like, because if someone ever did that to Jen's family, the audacity that she would even get mad at it is beyond me. But so, sorry, you are an idiot that you went on national television knowing you committed a crime and are continuously committing a crime, and then you think this is your way out. No, girl. You shouldn't have did it in the first place. You never should have touched it. You should have used what's the girl from Real Housewives of New York, where they talked about how they were broke at first and they were living in that place in Brooklyn and with her and her husband, and, or Bethany. Oh, Bethany came on the show and she was broke and she built her way up. Like, girl, that's the story we want. We don't want this like, oh yeah, $12,000. Like, the fact that he even had a $12,000 check, which we'll get to in another second. But so we get back home.
What? There's just so much.
So much. We get back home and Meredith is talking with her family about the charity event that she's doing. And I just am curious, why is her entire family talk like that, other than the husband? I feel like he's the most animated, and the daughter was interesting tonight.
I mean, it runs in the family, honey. I don't know.
I'm like, you want to talk about clones?
Yes.
And then we get Heather and Angie. Angie just... Angie's questioning Heather about the eye, and Heather names everyone she was around. Why'd you say Jen last? Girl, what? What is your obsession? What is you are obsessed with Jen Shah. For whatever reason, you, Angie, whatever your name is, are obsessed with Jen Shah. First of all, I don't want to see you on the show anymore. I'm exhausted.
Oh my God, if she becomes a regular.
I mean, honestly, I feel like it's going to be really hard to carry into the next season. We'll see what happens. But honestly,
Word on
guys,
the street is Barry's not coming back, and that they have not decided who else is joining, but they are starting filming in like the next couple weeks.
Exhausting. Heather wants it to go away and just not talk about it. Interesting that you want it to go. Let me tell you something.
If you want it to go away, it's all bullshit. You can make it go away by saying what happened or making up something to have happened.
It's so easy. You guys know how crazy drunk we were. And the girls actually at the table gave her an out. They're like, well, you guys were really drunk. Like, were you guys like, did you fall and slip?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I don't know. Jen, what's your theory? What? This is fucking weird. Like, are you guys in an abusive relationship? Do I need to call are you being sex trafficked right now? Like, are you okay, Heather?
Are you her other affair and she's beating you? Like, what's happening?
Right, just fucking weirdos. Angie says, if someone did this to you, don't protect them. Girl, what? Like the way she protected you when you were creating fake defamation Instagram profiles?
A mess.
Bye. Like, I cannot. You really thought this was you thought you ate. You thought this was your moment. You thought everyone's going to forget about the Instagram. No, we don't. Sorry. Because it's just like you forced a storyline to get on TV. An exhausting storyline that wasn't even anything. And you didn't even bring the person that you was trying to go after from the beginning. Exhausting.
It's exhausting and tragic.
One thing I did think was funny. Well, actually, before we get into that, like you said about the Coach Shaw thing, Coach Shaw cries in his car. I bet he does. I bet he cries in his car just like Juan Dixon does too. Ooh.
He should. Ooh.
We get to this. We get to this Meredith's party. And we get a count meter of how many times she's not mad at Angie and Dana.
Not mad.
And when I tell you, girl, you were so mad that you literally turned into Lisa. Meredith literally turned into Lisa. She said, she starts over explaining. Well, the thing is it's public records, right? So it's not technically like I'm exposing anything. I mean, it's public. Like, I just happened to go on the website and see it. Like, girl, you're exposing. Like, you literally went on a website. Why are you on the website?
For the record, Jesse, you just said that at like 8 times the speed that she says it. And that is a problem because she was so repetitive, but it was so slow. And because she just talks and over exaggerates every single word. And it just drives me insane. And
maybe she's jealous of Lisa.
You think she's jealous?
No, I'm joking because I actually think they're very similar. And I think that's what irks Meredith. Because Lisa's like, yeah, girl, Lisa's the type, like, you piss me off, but like, whatever, tomorrow's a new day. Sunshines and rainbows. Here's a Post-it, girl. Like, we're still going to go to lunch. And Meredith's like,
she's slow to process.
Honestly, I just finished binging Dead by Me, and like, I'm just like, not. Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
She called me a garbage can whore that has slept with the entirety of New York. That is not a friend. I'm not mad.
No, I'm not. No. I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
That she attacked my family.
My family.
It's my family.
Mine.
I can't. It's so stupid.
And the thing is, I wasn't exposing her. I just happened to land on this website. Girl, you just happen to like look up companies like. Girl, I'm not out here Googling everyone's trademarks, like, to find out if they got them registered or not. Like, and you over here looking up, what?
Child, Lisa probably done said something to her about her businesses as her friend. Like, girl, yeah, we didn't quite get this taken care of, but fine. And so Meredith's like, well, I'm just going to show everybody now that I'm pissed at you. Oops, hold on, talking too fast again. I'm going to show everybody the truth because it's public. I'm not mad, though. I'm not mad. I just want to raise money for my nephew.
Girl, and that's
so
the other thing. The audacity that these girls get on here and talk about mental health. Like,
all of them need to be in therapy.
I'm not even gonna read what I wrote because I'm not gonna take that here. But like the audacity that you guys continuously talk about supporting mental health, rip each other to shreds, and then don't even try to like mend it.
No.
So like, I don't know.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. So Jen brings now. This little piece. I was like, oh, because what I thought was gonna happen, I'm like, okay, this is the entertainment I want. I thought Jen was bringing Coach Shaw up to Angie and her husband, and we back because I don't know what happened with that, but $12,366.90 check. Boom, we got Courtney. Haha, I'm just stepping in. What up, Ronnie? Yes, we are talking about Meredith. I don't know what just happened there, but we're talking about how Jen brought Coach Shaw up to the to bring this check. Angie says, honestly, it's less about paper. It's not. It's about paper. Because if it wasn't about paper, you wouldn't accept the paper. Like, people with money would be like, girl, I don't want this. I just wanted you to acknowledge that I did this.
Exactly.
You would just say, I just want to acknowledge this and carry it on. But you needed that money because you were shook. And you're like, I'm on the show already. Gag. And that's why I just can't deal with y'all. You're desperate and broke, girl. Like, why offer to pay in the first place? Because you wanted to be on TV. And you got scammed by a scam artist.
Shocker.
Whitney and Heather, we get, it was Bibby's birthday. Heather says that she doesn't know how to get with the fucking thing. But I will say this about this conversation between Heather and Whitney. Whitney, here was your opportunity. And I feel like I've noticed this with certain friendships too in my past, that this is how you know if people are really friends of yours or not. I feel like you and Heather have an issue with each other, right? You guys have been going through something. And I feel like watching this conversation, you're not really addressing that. And instead, you're trying to put it, oh, girl, I just want to be your cheerleader again. Like, let's talk about what's going on with Jen and this black guy. I'm so worried. And as your friend, I would never use that against you. Really? Because you said I attacked you. I didn't attack you. And, girl, aren't we here to talk about our problems? Like, why are we talking about Jen? Why are we talking about this black guy when I've told you I don't want to tell you about it? Mm-hmm. Let's talk about what you're going through, girl. Have you realized what's wrong with you? Your attachment issues? What happened? Are you healing?
I wanted to leave. I wanted to leave. I felt like I was trapped in a room with unnecessary white girl drama, and I wanted out.
Yeah. And honestly, like, talk about Ray Dunn. If Ray Dunn had like the opposite, the Dunn Rays, the opposite of like quotes, we got this.
No.
Whitney, when you break something, it's never as strong as it was. No, girl, y'all just are not real friends. That's the reality of it. You are not real friends, because if you were real friends, the conversation wouldn't have been about anybody else. It would have been about you guys. It wouldn't, it can be at the house, but if you really cared about your friend, you saying, hey, no, let's go do something. I need to come see you. I need to talk to you. This can't happen anymore. And you,
well, see, not only are they not real friends, they aren't real adults.
Well, yeah.
None of this has been very adult of them at all.
Ronnie
It has
says
been a very cool lunch table.
Whitney is just as uneventful as Julia Fox being on Watch What Happens Live. And Courtney,
Oh,
not Courtney,
no,
tried trolling me, y'all, talking about, oop, gets they didn't leave her in 2022 because, you know, I wanted to leave Julia Fox in 2022. Did.
No.
Exhausting.
She was there,
and if
honey.
she pops up on a housewife show,
Hey, she said she was open to it, to Andy.
you don't have a husband. This is, guys, these are not.
don't need a husband.
No, you do. You
It's
do. Let's
Real
go back.
Housewives of
But see, this is how it got out of
Baby.
hand. This is how it got out of hand. Girl, go on Emily in Paris or something. Like, what's the Paris show? The reality.
No, don't do that to my show.
No,
in
not
Paris is
Emily.
perfect.
No, not Emily in
No.
Paris. What's the Paris reality show with the girl, all the girls?
No, don't do that either because they cute and sweet and doing real good, normal reality girl stuff. No. Go home, Julia. You got a baby. Watch
Go
your baby.
home. Watch your
Your
baby.
baby. Right. Make your money and raise your baby, child.
Yes.
I don't know how to make money, but she's a model, I guess.
Sure.
She's a model.
Next, we're gonna get more about the eye and Jen's trial, and Jen says,
Why are we about to have 3 episodes about the eye? Or is it 4? This is gonna be the 4th one? 3rd one?
2, 3.
Yeah, I don't know.
This will be the
It's
3rd.
a lot. Jesus.
Kenya Moore is the only non-housewife that ever made sense. 1,000,000%.
Yeah.
But at the same time, she did give us entertainment with what was the Walter, the first guy, where we're trying to figure out, like, girl, does he drive an ice cream truck? Like, what is going on with Walter? Like, yeah, I would.
Well,
give
I
that.
will say this because I'm an OG housewife person. I've been watching since OC premiered. And our first housewife, Lori, with her crazy children, one was a drug addict, one was breaking down the house, and like she was working for Vicky and like trying to get back to having money because she didn't have money after her divorce. Like that was good housewifeness that wasn't a housewife. She eventually found a rich man and married him. But I'm just saying.
But she was at one point in her life, she was a housewife. You know what I'm saying? Like Julia Fox has never, I don't believe she's ever been married. So what does she know about?
I think she was married. Wasn't she married to her baby daddy and got a divorce? I'm pretty sure she's divorced. You just don't like Julia Fox. You don't want her on TV.
At all. I don't. Don't ruin this for me, girl. All right, Real Housewives of Potomac.
I don't even remember that episode. I don't remember
Girl,
nothing.
let me remind you. An evening with the Grand Dame and friends.
Here's how I felt about that. Hold up. Y'all, I got my pajama pants on still.
Girl, it's more like giving that Adele album in the back, Rolling in the Deep. Because that's what this was. Like, again, like I said last week, Karen Huger. What the fuck was this? Like, first of all, are we at a sports bar? Like a comedy club? Like, what? I get you had 2 comedians. I understand that. But, like, what was this? What was this at all?
A variety show.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It just wasn't. Again, Karen, I don't know what.
I want to know how much money they made. Did they make any money? I want to know.
I want to know how much money they spent and how much money they made.
How much they made, like profits, not just how much came in at the door. Yes, I want to know profit.
Karen, girl, like we said last week, look, we got an idea. Let's clean this act up, right? Because you could do this. You start a little tour like Luann does, and it's an intimate dinner party where, you know, different, you know, states, you could bring different housewives, ex-housewives, talk to the, you know, it's a dinner theater party. So it's really elegant, it's cute, it's sweet. That's it. That's it.
I decided dinner party is too much. And just because.
But no, but think about the day and age we are now, right? People want that intimate connection, right? So like, what if it genuinely was like you remember like the Avon kind of parties? Like, I'm just saying, like 12 to 20 people, an intimate, nice dinner. You know what I mean? Like, I just could see that. And she's gossiping with them, and it's just a way for people to feel like they're having dinner with, you know, a housewife. Yeah. And when she's in Beverly Hills or somewhere.
I was just going to rebrand it as like a tea or a brunch because I'm watching the old episodes of Potomac from the beginning because they aired on Peacock after the Miami episode, the new Miami episode, then they just started over with Potomac. And I was like, oh my God. And they went to tea. And I was like, that's very Karen Huger.
The high tea. Yes. There we go. Karen's high tea. I am here for that. That's what we needed. Because this. And also Giselle's trying to shade Karen the whole time. Girl, bye. Y'all might as well have just done a back-to-back double show at this point. Because y'all should have teamed up and been like, what's their show called? Reasonably Shady. And the Grand Dame. Like, it just should have been that. Because what the fuck? Ronnie said, this was everything I expected from Karen. I expected not too much humor, and I was blissfully correct. Yeah, I didn't expect her to be good, but I expected more than what we saw, to be honest. I expected
it to be, like, cohesive and, like, make it make sense.
Right, because this is something, like, girl, why did you hire that man? You could have done this. Ray could have did this.
Show. Not Ray. Not Ray.
Ray could have put what they had together. Ray could have put that together.
I feel like Ray has aged like 10 years.
I know. Oh, God bless his heart when he's always like in the back and he's like.
Yes. I feel like it's like he suddenly hit 80 and he's not.
Ooh, that's why being in the gym is important. We get Jasmine Masters, which that was a good poll. I like her from RuPaul's Drag Race. And then there was like grinder conversation.
It just made no sense.
It made no sense. It's like, were there a lot of gay people in the audience that this was relatable to? Or,
I mean, she has a lot of gay fans, I'm sure.
True. Now, before we get to the actual show, though, there was a couple little things that happened, right? We see Mia and Jacqueline discussing Giselle's comments about how she's kind of alluding to the fact, like trying to figure out basically if G smashed Jacqueline, and the whole coochie thing, and now it's been exposed that Karen told Giselle about the flashlight and the coochie, and then we find out that was actually a yeast infection. It was just a lot of information that we didn't need. I low-key feel like they really are cementing Jacqueline, whatever her name is, into the show. I feel like they're gonna do that. If they keep Mia, I feel like they're gonna push her more and more into the show. And we'll see next week because we're gonna get a fight, and so we'll see how she handles that. But again, I think everything Mia does is for television. I think that Jacqueline is in on it, and I think that is why Giselle is pushing it a little bit, because she knows that it's not real, and it's kind of like Giselle being like, well, yeah, so tell me, girl. Or she knows something that may happen, because then we get the whole conversation about Peter's girlfriend. Not y'all fucked on your wedding day. I mean, hey, it blows my mind. On your wedding day, you bring a third person into it. Not only that, but you bring a guest from the party. Like, where was Peter? Was he in the room?
I literally, like, why? And then why pretend like you care and make it a thing that Karen said anything when you lit all of this fire when y'all went to vacation in Miami? Like, you brought up Jacqueline fucking your boyfriend, and
right. You think it's funny to say this stuff, and
you've opened all of these doors and then trying to act like somebody's telling your business. Like, girl, bye. You told all your business. Go sit down. Stop. I would like it to end. I don't like any of them.
Well, I'm not a fan of Mia, but Ashley and her.
I'm tired. I can't. Not the pretty young.
I'm calling them pugs. P-U-G. Pretty ugly girls, because what? And I'm not even going to talk about your appearance. I'm going to talk about y'all's personalities, okay? Because obviously we know where I could go can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street?
How the internet's done went all the way there for you.
They did it already, and I'm trying to be a better person in my life. I'm not going to drag her.
But why they gotta lie? Why?
Girl, just because your forehead looks like it's Photoshop extra dragged up, girl, like, okay. Like, I will say this about her, though. She low-key looks like Mia and G were fused together and created Hazel B. Love and Hip Hop, Hazel B.
God, it's too much. Like, but thank you, editors. That was at least a little bit entertaining, but it's just dumb. Like, it's not even interesting. The best part of that whole scenario was when Candace was at the table with them and she's like, "Oh, you want to talk to me?" And Candace was like, "No, ma'am."
The best part of that whole scenario was when the girls are sitting talking about spring fling, and we see that not one time did Chris look at Sid from Ice Age. Girl, you couldn't wait to talk to him. Hey, and have that fucking moment. And then Deborah, you start this conversation with Chris talking about, I like that pink. And then you bring up your husband. And then Eddie. Girl, bye.
Eddie. How dare they come for sweet Eddie? Just because he was smiling and kind?
And this is my thing. I feel like, I you know, as much as I want to say this is bullshit, I low-key feel like people be in their minds too much. It's like, I know people that think I'm flirting with them if I like your story. Do you know, you'd gag if you saw everyone's story that I like. I like all my friends' story, guys, girls. Like, I just like it. I'll do a fire emoji, hearts, like, it's called.
Well, maybe that's our problem, Jesse. Like, we never assume anybody's actually flirting with us.
I never assume anyone's flirting with me.
Normal.
Never. So if you're flirting with me, I do not assume that at all. I'm very dumb to all of that. I naively just don't. Like, you have to, like, very boldly come out and say it, and then I'd be shocked and I'd be like, oh my God, what's happening?
And then I'm gonna be afraid of you and be like, "Oh, are you a killer?" And
right, like, I'm like PTSD from my ex. So no, but you know, this thing about he was smiling at me. What do you want him to do? What do you want him to grab you and call you a bitch? Like, do you want him not to talk to you?
The first thing, specifically, I got really, I mean, obviously, Chris, it's horrible what they're trying to do, Chris. But when they brought up the Eddie thing and him being happy and smiling and knowing that the threat of black men is such a thing, how dare you? Because he's a joyful human and makes his presence comfortable for people by being a happy person. Like, fuck you. Y'all are horrible. They're terrible.
And low-key, I know, Ronnie, you like her, and I know, Courtney, you like her, but I did not like that Giselle went to this lunch. I get why she went to the lunch. I don't like it because, again, I do believe Giselle knows what's real and what's not on here. And you really, I don't know if you went out of spite and maybe you didn't expect the Eddie thing to come up, but like, you're on here now trying to drag people's relationship, like the people who are in happy relationships, and you're creating a mess that Giselle looking at this girl. I know Giselle, as soon as she walked up at that table, was like...
That's why she kept saying, wait, what do we call y'all again? The what?
Pugs. And the other part is, Ashley, as much as I wanted you and Candace to be friends, nope, bye, girl. Honestly, throw the cast away at this point because you're projecting. Yes. You're projecting. And now with this whole Juan Dixon stuff and the Michael stuff, I'm curious as to if those alleged rumors were true or not. Why did Michael feel so comfortable to grab Juan's butt? Girl, so you out here projecting on other women's men.
We clearly know what Juan lets go by him at work. So in private, who knows? Ain't none of my never mind. But,
and I mean, I'd be mad if my beard didn't want to marry me either.
Woo!
What else did we get? All right, so then they're at the show. What is this boys and balls? Oh, they get to the show. I gotta say, Giselle looked really good in the emerald dress. I liked that on her personally.
Yeah, she looked pretty.
And they're there. Ashley, not Karen's friend. Oh, I said Ashley is not Karen's friend because you brought this girl.
Facts.
And this is what I'm saying, y'all. Like, none of this is real. None of this is real. And then Real Housewives of Miami, Adriana, girl, are you delusional?
No, that's real.
No, I know. But why are you bringing this girl? You know what this night is. It's not even supposed to be any of that. And now you want Candace to feel uncomfortable. Like, you want Candace and Wendy to be sitting at this table uncomfortable? That's fucking weird. You're a weirdo, girl. Like, now I really am looking at our Ashley like, gross. You're fucking, however. How old is Ashley?
Ashley's about, what, 32 now, I think?
Okay,
I think she was like 26 when the season started. And that was a good, 7 years ago?
Fair enough.
So she's early 30s.
I also didn't like that Charisse recorded Karen's breast when she saw it flashing and then sent it. That's tacky. Which we knew she was tacky, but meh, I didn't like that. Love that Candace brought her mom and shut that Muppet down politely. I mean, politely she shut her down.
Like, no ma'am was amazing.
You should feel embarrassed. You should literally feel embarrassed, girl. Like, and Ashley, you should feel even more embarrassed that you're even like, you couldn't have found a bad bitch. Like, I'm just like, you couldn't have found a bitch that would have made Candace, because literally the gag is as soon as everyone turned that table, it was like, that's the girl.
That's who, wait, right there?
Now, but I will say this. That does not go beyond that men will not just fuck anything or do whatever.
That is true. They will. You don't have to be cute, honey, because I know a lot of cheaters that done did it on somebody that
But when it comes to someone like a Chris, I just don't see, I feel like he's too Candace whipped. I don't see, and if he is gonna, it would have to be like, it wouldn't be that. I just personally don't think it would have been that. Like, sorry. And we saw in the clips that he was not at all doing any of the things that you said, girl, and that is so embarrassing. And then the next day you went on TikTok or Instagram with Muppets and you're eating cookies out of cookie. Like, honestly, this is what I'm saying. I think like we really need to be done with this stuff. Like, because what is happening? You should be embarrassed, girl. Ashley asked Candace why Candace is dismissing. Why are you dismissing my friend? Girl, do you want...
But Ashley didn't even like believe that. It literally feels like a producer was like, okay, this is a good plan for you to give you something else to talk about and do. And Ashley was like, I mean, okay. But the whole like, why don't you want to talk to my friend? Girl, she don't even want to talk to her friends. Stop lying. She's not even acting this very well and acting concerned and wanting her friend to squash it with Candace. It's such bullshit.
Right. And like, what if we just brought all Michael's escorts up here, gay escorts? What if we just brought them to the table, girl? What if we popped on Grindr? Yeah, she's probably friends with all of the guys he's fucked. Like, I can just imagine. Yeah. Like,
and she doesn't want to participate anymore. So she's like, no.
She's like, look, I had 2 babies. My pussy is worn out.
I got my babies. I stayed my 8 years, so I get my alimony checks, and I'm good.
Insane. Chad Peters says, it's Candace calling her a Sesame Street character. I kept looking at the eyes and the wig line. Yo, whoever, because you know what she legit, like, oh, I hate them doing this, but she does. I'm sorry. You know what she really looks like is literally those caricatures that when you go to like a theme park and someone draws your face and they're like, stretch your whole face out. I'm like, ooh, girl, damn, you make Rihanna's forehead look small, girl. I'm like,
you are a life-size caricature, and it's, you know, whatever. But shout out to her for taking it in stride.
Yeah, I'll give her that.
And she took it in stride online. But I'm embarrassed for her for deciding to be okay with what she did on television.
Because, girl, it's not even your look. That's just the easiest thing to go for. It's your personality. And that's what makes people want to come for you. You know what I mean? Like, it's
girl,
like,
it is your life choices. Okay? It is your life choices.
And this was a bad one, okay? We all make bad, poor life choices, you know? Mine, I just chose not to publicize them, girl. And you out here This was your
And
moment. This was your 15 minutes of fame. This was it.
Like, you could have just been Ashley's friend and like popped up one more time, but you wanted to like be on the season. So you were like, oh, how can I do that? Oh, I can lie about Chris.
Ronnie says, I definitely didn't like what they implied about Eddie. That wasn't cool. No,
It
was
wasn't.
not. Chad
So
says, yeah, but the dead eyes at least have the bad bitch energy.
Oh, she would know a bad bitch if it bit her on the ass. No, she couldn't do it.
Nope, she couldn't. Yes, a real life caricature. That's what she's giving. Just popped out 3D AI animation. All right. So Ashley brings up Mia and the flashlight in Jacqueline's vagina, in which Mia calls out Karen for spilling to Giselle, which is like, why are you, girl, don't you do this? Weren't we just in Miami where you were spilling everybody's tea? Like, where you literally brought Wendy to a place so that you could have the girl that you slept with on your wedding day man come and put like pressure on her? You wanted a man to put pressure on a woman, right? Didn't you do that? Didn't you want to expose Wendy? So what are we doing here?
I don't like it. I don't like any of that.
Oh, Giselle hating on Karen, like, and then we got Giselle hating on Karen, like, girl, as if you don't go around doing the same thing, telling you literally went and sat at a table. You literally went and sat at a table with Ashley and the Pugs, and then tried to push this as a storyline. And I gotta give Robin credit where credit is due. When Robin realized who that was, her and Candace, that look towards each other was like, oh, girl. They were like, oh, never mind. This is exactly. See, this is why I didn't think it was what it was.
Oh. Not her.
Because who sings that song? Absolutely not. Isn't that Deborah Cox?
I don't know, but not on my watch. Not here, not now, not ever.
I mean, because look, I've had my fair share of mistakes, but at least it was cute. All right, next week we get a Mexico trip for Ashley's birthday.
Yeah.
No, I'm annoyed. Candace, why are you going to this? Wendy, why are you going to this? Karen, why are you going?
What a job to do.
You said what?
Because they have a job to do.
No, I get that, but then don't say it's for Ashley's birthday, because again, producers, this is fake. Knowing Candace just off this show, in real life, Candace would not do this. I hope she wouldn't, because this girl just tried to sabotage your marriage. That's what, like, actually just really saying that, like, this person that was trying to be your friend is trying to is going through a divorce and trying to sabotage your marriage. Girl, like, do you not see that? Ashley, do you not see your issue? Like, you need a therapist.
Can we trace back, when did this kind of like concoction of plans started being a thing for Housewives? Like,
personally, I feel like, and you guys let us know in the comments if you agree, disagree, when you think it was. I feel like it was the Monique situation.
Potomac started it.
Huh? Oh, you're talking. No, you're talking about throughout all of the Housewives.
Just like in general, when did this become like the blueprint for how to run the show? Like making up like random shit.
That's a good one. Honestly, that I can think of, I would go between. Honestly, now that you're saying, you guys had brought it up earlier, Kenya and the Walter thing felt forced, and we definitely, if I went back and watched AfterBuzz stuff, I know we thought that was fake and for a storyline. Claudia's was pretty that too. It was just like, what? But I feel like she was more authentic than what we're seeing now. But I feel like the Kenya and Walter storyline, but then also, what's the bitch from New York where she threw the leg? Aviva, like, because I just can't see is it called non-ableist? Ableist? Somebody with fake body part, knowing that they're that representation on TV, taking their leg off and throwing that. Like, I don't know, maybe. I don't know. But like, I think about those kind of things. But I don't know. I don't know. When do you guys think it was? I can't.
Like, did they take it? Because it's like Kenya obviously has been, rumored to have hired Walter.
Nope. I know when it is. I know what it is. It's Beverly Hills. 1,000,000%. I gotta go with Beverly Hills because I feel like Kyle is the first person that I truly started being like, girl, you're messy. Like, part of like, well, let me go do this. Let me go do that. And I don't know. So I would say Beverly Hills, and obviously we've seen that carry out. For Potomac, though, I feel like it started Ashley this season, like hardcore. Giselle last two, it was Lisa Vanderpump, Josh says. Ooh. And Chad.
But like.
Chad Peters says it was Monique and Kenya and Apollo.
You know what? Apollo did start it.
1,000,000%. Actually, now that I think about that.
That story about Kenya.
Yep.
And that's the first time it's like, okay, Kenya made up stuff, but it was only stuff like about her own life, like to affect her own like relationship status and that kind of thing. But the thing with Apollo was like the first conflict group wise that made it seem like somebody else was a problem and doing.
Right, but then Kenya fell into that though when in Gwilla and like played it up 100. Remember with her and Apollo with the cigar, and she was like,
that's where it started. But then like afterwards is when he supposedly saw her in LA or whatever, and then he let that lie continue, even though it was totally not true that when they ran into each other in LA that like she tried to do anything with him.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Apollo is the culprit. I think he was probably the first to like do some nonsense like that. Interesting.
Chad says, Mia, don't she have kids? Why would she want all this out there on TV for her kids to harass her about? Same reason Jen Shah went on national television and scammed people. Because they aren't thinking. Unfortunately, I hate to say that.
Are they not thinking, or do they just not care?
No. They're not thinking about their children. In those moments, in their mind, they're like, oh, if I do this, it's going to benefit my kids. And it's like, this is what I said about morals and things like that. Why not just work hard and get the money a different way? Or, Mia, fine, you're a freak. That's okay. You like to do stuff in the better. And this is my...
on TV.
But we live in a world right now, you guys, where I feel like this is my problem with like I literally have deleted all dating things. Like I just can't with Grindr anymore. It's literally a demon. Like the app picture of Grindr is a demon. We literally are in a culture right now where like demon time. Yeah, demon time. Like what is wrong with us? Like seriously, there's nothing wrong with.
If somebody come at me with some demon time, I'm doing the
bitch splashing water in that face. No, you know what I'm saying? But like, I'm not gonna lie, like I've gotten bad to the point of like, you know what I mean? Like I ain't slept with somebody in a long time. So like watching porn and stuff, it's like you start getting creative. You're like, oh, he's just spitting his face. Like, oh, would I like that? But in reality, if you spit in my face, we're having an issue. Like it's hot to think about it, but it's just like the fact that we're in this place of a world of laziness, a place of like we just out here not caring about what marriage is, like, and that's why it's just, I don't know, it hurts me more so. It hurts me for my nephew's sake, for my thoughts of ever being in love again. Like it's just keep it all, girl. Let me find a dog. I'm gonna go find me a dog. Disgusting. What was this? And the pool.
Yeah, when Kenya jumped in the pool with him.
Oh, yeah.
Or he pulled her in the pool. I think. Did he pull her in the pool?
Something like that. They was touching on each other.
He liked the attention and played with it. But then when he came back to the reunion talking about he ran into her, then she had a problem with it because that was a lie. But people believed it for at least,